There's a fine line between pushing through to achieve your goals and pushing yourself to the brink of burnout. That if you don't make the decision to rest, your body will make the decision for you. Anxiety whispers, you're not doing enough. And guilt chimes in saying, you're taking a break? Really? Hey, it's Chloe. How are you doing? Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever felt like you're juggling a million things, sprinting full speed on a treadmill, and still feeling like you're not doing enough? That's been my life this past week. I've been pulling 15 to 16-hour days to get all the work done that I need to do before traveling. I'm going away in a couple of days, and honestly, I've hit my limit. I think I've hit my limit multiple times, and now I'm just like, nope, this is really it. I really can't push anymore. So today, I want to share some hard-learned lessons about finding balance, preventing burnout, and recognizing when to push through versus when to take a break. If you've ever struggled with anxiety, guilt, or finding that sweet spot between working hard and taking care of yourself, then stay with me. This one is for you. If you're a regular here, welcome back. And if you're a newbie, I'm so glad you could join me, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on one of the many podcast platforms. Welcome to From Hot Mess to Success. This is where we dive into real life experiences, share tips, and explore the highs and lows of navigating life with ADHD, mental health challenges, and everything in between. Today, we're exploring the balance between productivity and burnout, how to spot burnout early, prevent it, and maintain your mental health while pursuing your goals. So let's dive in. This week has been a juggling act, more than just busy. It's been a total whirlwind. I've been juggling everything: my podcast, online content, email newsletters, dogs, packing, house stuff, car stuff, just trying to get everything up and running smoothly. And while I'm thankful I don't have to worry about doing my live show this week, there's still this guilt that I'm not working on every single project the way that I want to be doing it. The anxiety kicks in, this feeling that if I don't do more, I'll never achieve what I want. But here's the truth. There's a fine line between pushing through to achieve your goals and pushing yourself to the brink of burnout. Or not even the brink of burnout, just full on crash and burn. And last night I hit that wall. I was making a voice note and I crashed really hard. And it became clear that if you don't make the decision to rest, your body will make the decision for you. And mine definitely did. I could barely get my words out. I was lisping. I could barely read the text. My body was taking over my mind, and there was no way for me to come back from that in that moment. I had to just give in, get some rest, go to bed, drink some water, and go, okay, tomorrow's a new day. Let's see what that one brings. Okay, so burnout versus working hard. You need to know your limits, right? So how do we differentiate between the two, between working hard and burning out? I used to think they were one and the same. If I wasn't working to the point of exhaustion, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. But I've learned that working hard doesn't mean driving yourself into the ground. It's about knowing your limits and recognizing when it's time to step back and recharge before hitting a wall. I definitely struggle with the restraint of that and saying, okay, I'm only going to do this amount of work today, or I'm only going to work this amount of days this week because I'm starting my own business and brand. I feel like I should be spending every minute of the day on it. And it's hard because it's like, it's my baby. I want it to do amazingly and grow into something beautiful. But also, I can't do that if I'm not looking after myself, if I'm not looking after my health, if I'm not doing good things for my body, like drinking water, eating healthily, getting outside and getting fresh air. I know we hear this all the time online, in blogs, on podcasts, but it really is true. I just went to the mailbox today to get my mail out, and it was so nice and it was sunny but wasn't too hot. I just stood outside for a minute and was like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed. Like, I just needed to be here right now. And then came in the house and had to get back to work. But it was just taking a moment. It didn't take a long time. It wasn't a whole to do. It was just about taking that moment for myself, taking that quiet moment alone without having to be a dog mom, a homeowner, or an editor, or a producer, director, writer, creator. Like, I just wanted to be Chloe for a minute and not worry about everything else and everyone else around me, and just show up for myself in that moment. Managing anxiety and guilt is an internal struggle. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that internal battle between the two. Anxiety whispers, you're not doing enough. And guilt chimes in saying, you're taking a break, really? Like, I felt both, especially this week. But a crucial lesson I've learned is that rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Taking a break shows you value your well-being and understand the importance of recharging to maintain long-term productivity. You may think you could go for 15, 16, 17 hours a day, but you can't do that consistently. I'm proof that you cannot maintain it. How can we find something that is sustainable, not just for me, but for the people around me, for the people I'm working with, for my friends and family as well? How can I be showing up my best for them and for myself and for my work? And doing what I've been doing the past week is not the way to go about it. It's made me really think about and take a step back and be like, okay, what do I really love doing? What do I enjoy? What parts of this process do I like? What things am I not so good at? And can I outsource those things? And it doesn't matter what job you're in. If you're an entrepreneur and you're working for yourself, what can you do to help yourself? What can you do to make your life easier? I don't think life should be that hard. I really don't. I think you just have to find what works for you. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying this episode and want more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button and go sign up for my weekly newsletter via my website, magicbychloe.com/newsletter. It's also linked in the description below. It's packed with additional tips and tricks to help you turn any of your hot mess moments into successful ones. Chasing that dopamine hit is really about finding joy in the journey. I've also been reflecting on where I get my dopamine from, those bursts of motivation that keep you going. And I used to think they only came from seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, when the project is done, when the task is completed. But I'm learning to find those hits in the process itself, from the steps along the way. So it's about finding the joy in the journey, not just in the destination. And once again, slowing down and taking a moment to celebrate the small wins, I think is really important, and not playing down all the things that you're doing along the way to get to that bigger goal. Celebrate the small steps. Celebrate, oh, I wrote this script today, or I made this piece of art today, or I wrote this thing. Whatever you're doing, like, celebrate those moments, celebrate those wins. For me, looking back at a time a few years ago when I wasn't doing any of this, I was not in a headspace to do any of this. There's no way I could have gotten out of bed, gotten dressed, put my hair together and my makeup on and all that stuff, and written down ideas that I wanted to talk about and get on camera and do it. There's just no way. So for me, I just have to celebrate that win of, like, look how far you've come, look at where you were before and look at where you are now. And that's a massive thing. Like, don't play those things down, and make sure you're surrounded by people that also want to celebrate those wins with you. It's so important. I'm so lucky that the people I'm working with are some really good friends, and some newer people who have come on board and are such a good fit with me and with how I work. Before, I was going to outside editing companies or social media management companies, and I never quite found the right fit for me. It didn't work with how I worked, with how my brain works, with how my mind works, and how the system needs to work for me. So instead, I decided to learn all the things I needed to learn to make this happen, be able to do it myself, and then teach other people what I needed. I realized that was the only way that it could work for me. This is how my mind works, especially with ADHD. Like, my mind works in a certain way. So why pay other people to make my life harder? I should be paying other people to make my life easier, right? So that was really important to me, to learn all this stuff, take that time, take that step back, and then go, okay, this is exactly how I want this thing to happen and progress, and finding the right people that can make that happen for me. And it is a lot. I couldn't do it all alone. I did need to bring in a couple of people, but it's so much easier now. And every day I'm just trying to make it easier, make it smoother. Like, I want it to be fun. I want to work with amazing people that are here to support and have fun with me and create something that hopefully turns into something even bigger in the future. So we talk a lot about setting boundaries when it comes to other people, and I've gotten a lot better at that the past couple of years. I wasn't very good before, and it takes practice. It takes doing it and doing it and doing it, and then being like, oh, nothing bad happened. Or, okay, that person didn't take it in a negative way. Or if they did, then they're just not right for me. But what about setting boundaries, not just for others, but with ourselves as well? It's really been a game changer to think of it in that way and think about setting boundaries for myself and kind of step back and not see myself as one person, see myself as like my own boss and the person that's working for me. If I was being asked to do the things that I've been doing the past week or so by a boss, there's just no way I couldn't keep that up. So why am I asking that of myself? It's just too much. So I've made it a goal to walk my dogs by 8 p.m. at night. So that's my cutoff time of like, okay, by 8 o'clock, I want to walk my dogs. I have to walk them later in the evening because it's so hot in Vegas. So it's the perfect time. The sun's gone down. I can really enjoy taking them out and I'm done for the day. I'm not feeling like I have to rush around, get them out, get them back in so I can go back to work. I can really like enjoy that time with them. And that's really, really important for me. I love dogs. So I love my pups. I want to enjoy my work, but I also want to enjoy anything that isn't work as well and not feel like it's a burden or a chore to do the things that aren't helping my business. It's essential to treat yourself with the same respect you give to others and make time to enjoy life outside of work. I do find it really difficult to step away from a task or a goal when I'm in it. Like my hyper focus is on, I'm making this happen, and it's really hard for me to see anything outside of that. So I'm trying to get better at that by making sure I put something on the schedule, even if it's ahead of time, to get me out the house, to go see a show, to go out for a coffee or a drink with some friends, like scheduling that in ahead of time. Because I will stick to it. I would never let someone down in that way. So really, really trying to be intentional and be conscious about that so that I don't just work and just stay in my house and not leave and isolate myself so much. Here are some practical tips that have been helping me find balance. Number one, structured to-do lists. I love a list. I can't lie. I love a list on my phone. Sometimes it's on paper, sometimes it's on a whiteboard, sometimes it's on a sticky note. It really depends on what the list is for, what mood I'm in, and what I need from it. I organize tasks by the time of day to leverage my energy levels. I know I'm so much better at making decisions and being creative. Not first thing in the morning. I'm a bit of a grumpy one in the morning, but once I'm up, I've fed my dogs, I've got my workout clothes on, and I'm at my computer, that is the time where I can just tick things off the list. But I still make sure I put a few things at the top of that list. For instance, feed the dogs, get on the treadmill, because I know I'm going to do these things every day no matter what. So that's a very quick dopamine hit of done and done. And then I can get onto my list of the day or what all the things I have to do that day. I also put things on that list in the morning that I don't necessarily want to do. So, for instance, I hate making phone calls for appointments. I don't like sending emails. So I will sprinkle those in between the things that I do enjoy. I know an email is going to take 2 minutes to send. I do know, though, that calling to make an appointment for something or calling the vet is going to take longer and I'm going to find it frustrating. So I will do that while I multitask something else so I don't get so annoyed by the situation. But you've got to find what works for you. Maybe you have more energy in the afternoon. Maybe you're not really great in the morning. So it's really just listening to your body, finding what works for you and when, and testing it out so that you can make sure you're making the most of your day and not going to bed at night feeling frustrated or annoyed that you didn't get all the things done and then feeling guilt and shame and all these things around it. So you just have to find what works for you, even if that seems a little different to the people around you. Okay, number two, preparation and routine. I set up everything I need for the next day the night before to reduce decision fatigue. I am not good at making decisions when I first wake up in the morning. Like that first hour, not going to happen. I need my coffee. I need to wake up for a minute. But I can fix that by getting out my gym clothes the night before, by getting out my coffee mug and my coffee pod and getting that all set up, by getting out plates for the dogs for their food in the morning, like doing those little things, tidying up before I go to bed. So when I come downstairs, the house is tidy and I'm not walking into chaos from the day before. That really helps me get started. I mentioned before I had a rough time a few years ago, and that's what helped me get back to where I am today, or get to where I am today, I really had to be conscious about when I did things and setting myself up for success for the next day. Otherwise, it would just feel so much harder just to get out of bed. I even set up things around my house to make my life easier. I have all my workout clothes in the closet organized, like top and shorts or top and leggings. Everything is matched together. So I don't even have to make that decision. It's there already. I just have to pull it out and I lay it down for the next day. And I have a big like storage bin of socks and undies for the next day, so I can pull those out, put them with my clothes. I put them with my sneakers. So everything is together. All I have to do is get up, brush my teeth, put it on. Then I can go downstairs, feed the dogs, go into my garage, get on my treadmill and start the day working. And when I get in there, I always take my water, my coffee. I have every charger I might need. I have paper and pens, tissues in case my allergies are playing up, post-it notes. Everything is there. It's all set up. So I don't need to leave the project I'm working on for any reason. Because I know if I step away for a moment, getting back into it again, getting back on the treadmill, getting back on my laptop is just so much more work. So if I can control the environment as much as possible, then I'm going to make the most of my time that I have in the morning. So my mid-afternoon routine, I use this time to transition out of work mode and focus on less demanding tasks. Once we hit mid-afternoon, I get hungry, I get kind of not tired, but a little, I just slow down a little bit. And instead of pushing through and fighting through that and being like, no, I've got more to do, I want to do this, I want to do that, I just give into it now and do things that don't take as much mental capacity, no decisions, just things that are, let's do this thing. For instance, check the mailbox, put the dishes in the dishwasher, or unload the dishwasher, or put on a load of laundry, or go out and run a couple of errands. That movement too, like getting outside for a second, going for a drive, doing a couple of things that don't take a lot of thought, that's the time I do those things. That's the best time for me. So I kind of mentioned my nighttime routine before about getting everything out and ready to avoid the chaos and start fresh the next day. But there's a few other things that happen a little bit before bedtime because I'm so used to doing shows at nighttime. I always have since I was 4 or 5 years old. When you go to perform and go do a show, you do it late at night. So I, around like maybe 9 o'clock at night, get this all of a sudden boost of energy and I'm ready to go again. Not the same as I was in the morning, but still I have that energy and I don't want to waste it lazing around and watching Netflix or not making the most of it. I'll find things that I didn't tick off the list in the morning and try and do something towards those things, even if it isn't the full thing. Maybe it's not writing a whole script for something. Maybe it's just writing down a little idea. Maybe it's not editing a whole video. Maybe it's like, oh, I'll just pull some music that will be good for this video. Or, I want to flush out this idea, but that's a really long project. So maybe I'll just write some bullet points for it. So just doing a little something, which once again, it's setting me up for having a good day the next day because I've already done a little bit of the work. Because the starting of a project or a new thing, that's the hardest part of it, is that first step. So if I can do the first step, then I'm already rolling. I just got to keep it going. I really try to listen to my body's natural rhythm. So I rest when my body tells me to rest rather than adhering to a strict schedule. So I'm not one to work Monday through Friday and take weekends off. And I'm not one to work 9 till 5 through the day. I've really found what works for me and roll with that. Why make my life harder? There's no point. I might as well do what I need to do on my schedule. Okay, let's talk about processing emotions. Taking time to feel. It's another big part of this journey for me, like allowing myself to process emotions rather than putting them off, even when I'm busy. And it's really difficult sometimes because I have so much going on. There's so much I want to do. And when feelings come up, emotions come up, and I have to deal with them, I get really frustrated because I want to compartmentalize and just put it in a box and be like, I'll deal with you later. But because everything I'm doing right now is so heavily involved in my life and what I do in my past, telling stories about my life and pulling a lot of stuff up to put it on paper and to put it out in some kind of art form, it's really, really difficult then when like new emotions come in that I have to deal with as well. So just the other day, I had a bit of a meltdown in the car. I was super overwhelmed. It was just everything hit me at once. And it's been a roller coaster of a week, but taking a moment to feel those emotions and celebrate small wins has been incredibly freeing. I think sometimes I have to just give into it and feel it and move through it. And it is that it's moving through the emotions. It's not racing through, it's just letting your body and your mind go through it and figuring out what you're meant to do with that. Are you meant to just process? Are you meant to learn something? Whatever it is, and just keep on moving through it. And you're going to feel so much better afterwards rather than just fighting it and being like, no, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. The amount of times I said I don't have time this week, and you have to make time. You need to make time for the things that are important. So for me, that's been eating healthily. I've been really busy, so haven't had time to be meal prepping and all this. So I have been using a food delivery app, but I've been ordering healthy food and trying to put good things in my body because I knew if I didn't, I would just run and get takeout from somewhere else that wasn't going to be as good for me. So trying to do the best that I can in this moment, trying to keep drinking water. I have this humongous bottle of water. It's like bigger than my head. I love this bottle actually. This is not a plug. I just really like the bottle. It's aggressively big though. It's like another dog, and I'm just carrying it around all the time. So my emotional support water bottle that sleeps in bed with me, so I can just drink water all night. But yeah, you just have to look after yourselves. Like that needs to come before anything else. And I do struggle with it. I really have to be conscious about, making the effort to take care of my body and treat it the way I would want someone else to treat it. I guess the big takeaway from all this is like, don't give up, even when it's hard. Like, this isn't the time to give up, and you're not giving up. Like, even if you feel overwhelmed, it's not about giving up. It's about taking a moment and just taking a step back, taking a breather, taking a pause, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to just release, refocus, move forward. Like, it's not the end, it's just a pause. I'm very an all or nothing person. So I have to really positively talk to myself when I feel overwhelmed and when I feel like giving up, because I will just go, well, then why am I doing this? Why am I even bothering? I'm just not good enough to do this. I haven't, I don't know enough to be doing this. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe this isn't right for me. And all I needed was a couple more hours sleep, some good food and water, and to cuddle a puppy. Like, I didn't need to be so dramatic about it, but it's hard when you're in it. Of course you feel that way. You feel that overwhelm. Like, I could feel it in my body. Like, I can like physically feel it. So just reminding yourself of that and just taking a pause is life-changing. Make sure you're not putting too many things on your plate that you can't manage, that you can't sustain. I'm the worst for it, putting 50 million things on my list thinking I can do everything. But you've really got to have a little restriction or a little restraint to not push yourself too far and find that line. It's okay only to do a few things a day. And then, you know what? If you feel great, do one more. And how much better is that going to feel than having 50 things on that list and doing two of them? You know what I mean? Like, you've got to almost trick your mind into that. Like, why make yourself feel bad when you can make yourself feel great? It just doesn't need to be difficult. You can make it easier for yourself in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you approach things, in the way you can set up yourself for success. So do you really want to spend the time you have stressed and overworked and overwhelmed? I know I don't. I know I do it. I know I do it to myself, but I'm working continuously to do better and be better for myself so that I can love my life more and more and more. And it is an ongoing thing. You don't just wake up one day and you're like, I have the perfect life and I know what I'm doing and da da da. Like, it's an ongoing process as you get older, meet new people, work at new jobs or do new things. Like, it never ends. And I think once you give into that, then you can make the most of your time and your life and enjoy it and love it and surround yourself with people that love you and love what you're doing. And it can be a really beautiful experience. Isn't that really what we all want in the end? To have all these beautiful moments and beautiful experiences with people so that we have these amazing memories. That's it. Making the most of the time passing and being able to look back on what a wonderful time you've had on this planet. Realize we got a bit deep there, but I'm all right with it. Not to be thinking all about mortality and stuff like that, but it's true. Like, you just don't know. So just enjoy life a little bit. Don't take things so seriously. It's not the end of the world. Just do what you love. And even if you're doing what you love, take a break from doing what you love. Take a break from what you love so that you realize how much you miss it, to go back and do it even more. You never want to have too much of a good thing, right? You've got to take a break to appreciate how much you love whatever it is you do. So that's my last piece of advice for today. If this episode resonated with you, or you're also navigating burnout and balance, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment or send me a message. Your stories can help others. So I'm all about oversharing. There is no TMI here. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and make sure to subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you want more content and resources, sign up for my weekly newsletter at magicbychloe.com/newsletter. The link is also in the description below. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, be kind to yourself, set those boundaries. Remember that rest is just as important as work, and embrace the mess. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and I'll see you very, very soon.